Okay, so I'm currently watching the WDF World Darts Federation Championships. Well, championship. The World Championship. It used to be called the BDO, British Darts Organisation World Championship. But I don't even know the details of that, but I know that they no longer exist and they've changed their name from BDO to WDF. So anyway, regardless, I've made a video, it was actually last year, on Deta Hedman and how she'll never be a world champion. And it sounds kind of savage, it sounds kind of ignorant and disrespectful. I'm not meaning it to be, but it's just my opinion. Now, a lot of people that don't know darts or anything about darts or darts players will say, okay, so you're saying there's one player that won't win the World Championships. So what? What's the big deal? Most players won't win it. Well, Deta Hedman, I think she's fallen off now. But at one point, not too long ago, she was world #1. She had won every tournament apart from the World Championships. And that's still the case. She's won everything numerous times. But she can never seem to win the World Championships. Now that is a mentality problem. There's no two ways about it. It's obviously a mental block she has in her mind. And let me tell you something. I don't rate players like that in any sport, any game, because I see darts as a game, not a sport. And by the way, I'm a massive darts fan. I play darts, I watch darts regularly, so this is not coming from a casual. But anybody that chokes when it really matters, someone described him once as a clutch player. They were talking about Ronaldo and how Cristiano Ronaldo was the best clutch player of all time, meaning he delivers when it matters. When looking at his stats and facts, I'd have to agree. So yeah, she's good when the pressure's off, but that's the good. You can't be the top man or the top woman just when the pressure's off. It doesn't matter then. You know, the pressure, that's what separates the best from the rest. And yeah, she'll not win it now for a number of reasons, but one of them being the competition now is just improving year after year, and has improved a lot recently, and definitely since she started competing in darts. I feel for her a little bit. You know, I've heard a lot of good things about her on a personal level. I've heard she's a really nice woman. You know, it is what it is, but if I was in that dart circuit and there was a player that was winning everything, world #1, and they just couldn't get over the line with the World Championships, I would see that person as a weak-minded competitor. I would. That's just my mentality. It's nothing personal, but I would just always think in a game, if I was playing them, I would think, put this person under a bit of pressure, you know, and you've got them. Listen, I'm kind of going all over the place here. Here's the point I'm trying to make. The message I'm trying to send in this video, right, ultimately, is you will never be the best. For me anyway, certainly I would never view anyone as the best that can't get over that hurdle. Because it's not as if she's won the World Championships and she can't win the UK Open, for example. This is the World Championships. This is the top level, you know. That's a mentality. There's no doubt about it. She just chokes when the pressure's on. And it's a huge problem, to be honest with you. If I was in her team, you know, darts is a single individual game. But what I mean by that is in her team, as in like people around her, like a friend, a family member, I'd be saying, look, you need to go see a sports psychologist and you need to laser in on getting over that line, because I mean, well, it's self-explanatory, because you'll never be a world champion. You'll never be considered, not for me anyway, not as one of the best. There's no way. You know, that's these guys like in other sports like football, like Cristiano Ronaldo, for example. That man works on his mind, body, soul, everything. He is a phenomenal human being. And to be at the top, I think that's what you need to do, especially if you're having longevity like him. So, yeah, the World Championships is on right now, so I thought it was a good time to make this video, because I could be made to eat my words, and if I am, I'm not going to take the video down or anything. I've never done that. I mean, I said Conor McGregor would be found not guilty, and he got found guilty. You know, I'm not going to, that's what I believe at the time, and I stand by it, always. Even predictions that I make, like Usyk, Fury, the video I just done, if that doesn't come off, like the scab on my nose, if that doesn't come off, I'm not going to take the video down or go back on my words, because it's what I believe. But Deta Hedman will never, not just this tournament, she will never win the World Championships until she seriously has a look at what's going wrong there and gets a sports psychologist. I really believe that. Anyway, what's your thoughts? Yeah, and I've just realised that I've not actually gave my predictions for the World Championships, the men and the females. So I might as well, since I've ranted on about Deta Hedman. I'm not going to lie, man, I've lost track of and lost touch with the BDO or the WDF now. So I'm not entirely too sure who's even still competing in the tournaments, if I'm honest. But I seen a bit of the darts yesterday. I was fucking past, and I seen that Lisa Ashton, she was still playing. Fallon Sherrock, however you pronounce it, I believe she's still playing. I just believe that because I've seen her picture somewhere in the advertising. So I don't know if Anastasia Dobromoslova, don't know if she's still playing. But you're looking at one of the women. You're looking at, it's going to be one of them, isn't it? I think there's another Chinese woman as well or she was tearing it up. But yeah, it's for me, it's going to be one of those guys. One of those women. If I had to bet on one, I'd go with Fallon Sherrock, and I think she will be heavy favourite. She beats top men at darts, so she's very good. So that's who I would be going with. I'll Google right now who's in the men's tournament, because I might as well give my opinion on that as well. 2 minutes. I have to say, man, I've just looked at the names that are left in the women's, and Lisa Ashton has actually been knocked out, so it's not going to be her. And I don't see Fallon Sherrock, I don't see her name there, so I'm going to go with, and also Anastasia Dobromoslova, she's also not there. I don't know why, so it shows you, I mean, I'm out of touch, like I say, with the WDF. But I did say Aileen de Graaf there. I don't know if she's won it before. Someone tells me she has, but I don't know. But I would go with her. Out of all the names that I can see there, she's one of few that I recognise and that I know about. So I'm going to go with her. As far as the men, I've got to admit, very disappointed from what I've seen, and surprised, because I recognise a few of the names, nothing major. But there was a guy last year, a black American player, who he looked good. I forget his name though, but if he's in it, I mean he'll be up there. But I'm gonna fling a curveball here, and I'm gonna go with Paul Lim. He's an older Philippines player, I believe. Is it Philippines he's from, or Thailand? He's famous for hitting the first televised 9-darter. Certainly at the BDO World Championships. It's very, very famous. This was years ago. I'm talking like, what was it, 30 years ago? No, not even that. Like, yeah, I just googled it, and he's actually from Singapore, Paul Lim, and he was the first player to ever hit a 9-darter televised in the BDO World Championships. It was a massive thing, and he done it 34 years ago in 1990, when I was 2 years old. So certainly that's how he's famous in dart circles. You know, you say his name and everybody immediately just thinks of that. But he's a very well-rounded, he's a very solid player. And Dennis Nielsen, he's also in it, the big Viking guy. I'm sure he was a former world strongman competitor. He's playing Gary Stone. I've actually met Gary a few times at darts tournaments, just open tournaments, like the Airdrie Open, Fife Open. You know, just wee tournaments, but he seems like a nice guy. I've seen him up at the bar and all that, and he seems a decent guy. Yeah, and I'm sure there's another guy, a top player, that won it last year, but I forget his name. It escapes me. But if he's in it, I mean, that guy, he's going to be up there. But I'm going to go with Paul Lim. I've seen him in the BDO. I've also seen him in the PDC. Very solid player. You know, he's a good player. He's a really good player. So I'm going to go with him. He's certainly more than capable of winning it. So I'm going to go with him. So the Women's Championship, Aileen de Graaf, and the Men's Championship, Paul Lim. Let's see what happens.